Jose Mourinho, another suspension added to the Portuguese manager's resume. He is making this a regular occurrence on the touchline for Manchester United. He's done it in the past with several of his clubs. I think he's definitely been sent to the stands at least once or twice a season. But Real Madrid, Inter Milan, Chelsea, very passionate man, very passionate manager. Doesn't withhold his thoughts, speaks them out usually in the press conferences, or in this situation takes it out on a water bottle as he kicked it down the touchline. So this has been...
With great accuracy.
Yeah, he did. This is actually, as I pull up the information, he's been charged with improper conduct as of Monday. He received, this is the second charge for the Portuguese manager in just 2 months after he was sent off against Burnley on the 29th of October. He received a one-match ban and an £8,000 fine for that incident. And this Sunday's offence will obviously mean that he's going to be fined more so and charged with conduct. I imagine he's probably going to miss a few games on the sideline, especially a vital game coming up.
It's exactly what Manchester United does not need at the moment. Yeah. And look, I have their recent run of form, their last 4 or 5 matches, I think. It's element number 10. And then we'll look at their 5 upcoming. But this looks better on paper because you have a draw against Arsenal. You have a blowout in the Europa League. You have a draw against West Ham. You have the loss to Fenerbahce. And they beat Swansea. So I don't know why I did it in that order. But this looks better on paper because we know the consistency isn't there. Yeah. We know the squad, as you've put, aren't playing for the shirt.
Nope.
Which is a problem. But at least what I see with it is it seems like they play 4 different styles of football throughout every game instead of one clear, connected style. And I don't like blaming just Jose Mourinho. No. I think he is one of the most successful managers in football history. Yeah. Decorated trophy cabinet, but I look at it and go, another fine, he's banned. He could face up to 3 matches, and at a time where of all leagues, the Premier League, of course competitive top to bottom, it's not like they're going to get their consistency back without Mourinho on the sideline.
And before I go into Manchester United's problems, I have to condemn Jose Mourinho, not so much for the way they are playing, just for his actions. Back in October 17th, he was fined for comments he made about the referee.
Was it Anthony Taylor?
Yeah, he meant about Anthony Taylor. And of course, he's notoriously done this throughout his career. He speaks his mind and then thinks about it later. It's one of his best qualities at times, but it's also one of his worst, and it's going to hinder him. He represents the turmoil that Manchester United have, right? So he was up in arms about Mark Noble's tackle on Paul Pogba.
There was no tackle.
No, exactly. Paul Pogba dived, and he said it wasn't a dive. When you clearly watch the replay, there was no contact made, and Paul Pogba just flopped on the floor. Foul on the floor candidate. So,
good sell.
Okay, so then we get into the broader conversation about why these things seem. Then we get into the broader conversation as to why these things are happening. Jose Mourinho has always been this man, we know this, but the level of consistency that this is happening is a lot more consistent than Manchester United's actual performances, their winning mentality. A lot of these things are falling by the wayside, and Mourinho is getting more and more frustrated. This is a Jose Mourinho who has faced his turmoil in the past at Real Madrid and Inter Milan, the first stint at Chelsea, but he always was able to kind of keep it relatively cool because he trusted his team were able to get back into winning ways. Those teams were riddled with winning mentality players, just from top to bottom.
Chelsea's
Inter Milan.
I don't know back that
At Inter Milan, Marco Materazzi, Cambiasso, just guys that wanted to play for the jersey. Real Madrid, Cristiano Ronaldo, just quality players. And Chelsea for the first stint and the second stint somewhat. But then when the players started to turn on him at Chelsea, you started to see a shift in him. He got more agitated, he got more frustrated. I'm not saying he's not got the dressing room at Manchester United. What I am saying at the moment is it's worrying signs.
No, I can say I'm going to make that call. He doesn't have the dressing room at Manchester United. I think it's been. No, it hasn't been obvious, and it hasn't necessarily been obvious. But here's where, if the rumblings are coming out and there's frustrations and all this stuff, it's like, but we've always said it. How do you fix any locker room? Win.
Yes.
Win. I know it sounds such a simple. How could it be that simple? You've never seen a team, right now Chelsea, right now Liverpool, being on the top of the table where you sit there and go, wow, I think there might be locker room problems. No, there's not. So get it to. I mean, I don't know what it is. I can't pinpoint any specific reason. I think it's a mess of 7 different reasons.
Yeah, I think so. I think they tried to put a Band-Aid over a clear wound that needed some sort of surgery, like removal surgery, taking out players.
They need to amputate.
Yeah, that just and get rid of some of the dead wood in there, some of those players that are considered pass marks. And as I mentioned last year, throughout, mediocre was the new Manchester United. That was my tagline. But to go back to what you said is Liverpool, for example, they're on a great run of form at the moment. But even when they weren't on a great run of form, Jason, did you ever look to like Jurgen Klopp and think he hasn't got that team? He hasn't got them United.
That's why I've always respected Jurgen Klopp. It's part of the reason why I like Liverpool a lot, have a soft spot for them, is because when you watch Jurgen Klopp in his press conferences, everyone knows he's the chillest dude in all of world football coaching. Like, everyone wants to have a beer with Jurgen Klopp. That makes sense. Except Everton fans. But with Liverpool, when he said, he was the one that kept saying, he's like, it's almost like the Philadelphia 76ers, like, trust the process. Like, I'm putting my team together. I'm putting my squad together. I believe in my players. Sometimes the players need to hear that.
Yeah,
he believes in Coutinho, even though he just got injured. He believes in Sadio Mane. He believes in Lallana, who's still there. I mean, you're talking about guys that a lot of managers don't believe in.
It's true. Jurgen Klopp was a builder of infrastructure that weren't results first. It was performance first, then results would come. He did the same thing at Borussia Dortmund. He's doing the same thing at Liverpool. Jose Mourinho, and this is not through his own doing. This is through his past successes. This guy, the recent events have clouded everyone's outlook on Jose and kind of made them dismiss how great a manager he has been in the past. Not so much recently,
Recency
but
bias,
Porto winning UEFA Cup, as it was called, then into Champions League trophy. Like, that's unheard of nowadays. You think Porto could go and win the Champions League? He was able to do it. Leicester City, maybe. Premier League, delivering the Premier League finally for Chelsea, who were dying for it when they had all that new wealth coming. Inter Milan, Champions League trophy winner against a Barcelona that were far and away superior. Real Madrid, immediate success. And what I think about Jose Mourinho is that those same amount of accolades and all that mentality kind of went to his head a little bit. And I think that he expects the quick turnaround. He's been a Manchester United manager for 3 to 4 months. I think that the press hypes on that. Therefore, they make it seem like everything's unsettled when results just aren't going their way. But if he was to focus on performance-based first and be happy with a result that maybe Manchester United fans aren't happy with because they've still got the Man United headset on them, I think that he'd be able to find a way to start pushing forward that he's team first, performance-based, and then as the results start to come in, he's going to reap the rewards of believing in his players and then believing in him.
Can't wait till January when we get to have the
who's not going
to win the Premier League.
Manchester
United are one of them.
I think they've ruled themselves out already. I don't think that's too bold a statement.
No, not at all.
I did the clip the other weekend.
It's one of my favorite clips because
who's not going to win it?
Because I get to go back to my conversation I had with you at the beginning of the
year.
year.
Say that
Jose Mourinho is successful everywhere he goes. Book it down, Francis.
Yeah.
United are Premier League champions 20.
Can we clear that up for the comments who keep hitting me on the football videos with, you said Man United were going to win? No, I did not. That was Jason that said it. I said Manchester City from the moment the Premier League was ready to kick off. So let's just remember who said that. I did say Man United could finish top 4.
I said Portugal would win the Euros.
Yeah, you said, good call.
Putting my head down.
What's going on with Jose Mourinho? Is there turmoil in the camp? Hit us in the comment section below. Manchester United fans, what do you think? I know a lot of you guys both like to watch our content here and on Full Time Devils, so thank you for that. Hit the subscribe button, goes a long way. I'll see you guys soon.